State Attorney. Kimunga Solomon is the Acting Director of Litigation and Compliance at Parliament. And Moses Zaake, Senior Litigation and Compliance Officer at the same institution, Parliament. For the record, my lords, the petitioner is in court. And we are ready to proceed with the petition. For the guidance of the court of practice, my lord. But there are some procedural issues here. Variation in the issues we have on record. And my lords, we ought to have sorted this out at the conferencing level, but you bear with us. It's an issue which popped up in the course of preparing our written submissions. And we want to make the record neat, and for purposes of court also be able to chronologically follow the submissions.
Yes. Before you proceed, I'm just curious about Moses Zaake, Senior Litigation and Compliance Officer.
Supporting the Attorney General's team in the submissions. In the submissions with respect to this petition.
Yes, but how do you hear as parties? I want to know in what capacity they are appearing.
Are they as parties or are they as counsel?
My lord, they are as counsel. They are supporting the Attorney General's team.
Friends of Parliamentary?
I beg your pardon?
Friends of Parliamentary?
My lord, they are supporting. I'm not saying we are giving them. They are
advocates.
Yes, they are advocates, my lords. But my lord.
You can say they are appearing with you.
Yes, my lord.
They are not appearing for Parliament.
No, my lord. No.
They are part of the Attorney General's team. They have the license of the Attorney General to appear in court on his behalf.
With him, yes, my lords.
Are they amicus curiae?
No, my lords.
They are not.
No.
They are just here.
Actually, the total number of the issues. From our submissions, we have 12 issues. And the respondent has got 13 issues. We looked at the two tests.
How many issues do you have?
12.
Why do I see 10 issues? Did you submit?
That would be Is any question for constitutional interpretation, and shall pray that be dismissed with costs to the respondent. My lord, what I was raising that when it came to conferencing, it was never captured as one of the issues, and we did not submit on it at that stage. So instead, then the Attorney General, we did consider it, because then there will be 13 issues. Then
But the rest are identical.
You have many state issues. And then under that you have remedies. That's a separate issue you're talking about, which then makes right.
The submissions,
the submissions, my lord,
the
If you look at page 2,
What date is your submission?
2nd June, that's when the submission
I have
was filed.
submissions here saying 15.
That's a rejoinder.
Oh yes.
That's a rejoinder.
Sorry, I think there's a problem around.
There is one dated 2nd June, the main petition, the main submissions.
So let me get this straight. At the beginning of your address, 9 issues.
I waited for you in that case because I know the differences you are given because 2nd June on page 2 and page 3 up to page 4, you will see we have 12 issues including the disaster.
Can you approach the bench?
Check.
We thought probably if it is accepted, maybe we shall be allowed here to make some key highlights on some of those issues to substantiate the issues and the grounds. So probably if that opportunity is there, my lord, we can proceed as such. But if that opportunity is not there, it makes matters a little bit complicated for us.
Council, this is a question of really some time to file written submissions specifically addressing that particular point.
Only that issue, my lord.
Yes, you filed a rejoinder, and the assumption is that the rejoinder has covered whatever issues have arisen out of the issues as set out by the respondent. So, but you are interested to throw more light about this question of jurisdiction, on the question of constitutional interpretation, which is issue number 1. In case you are still interested in it, and you are given time to write specifically about it, you can even extend, provided a rejoinder is restricted to issues arising from
the
reply of the respondent. The rules of rejoinder. However, the only exception is that since this one appears to be requiring more attention from your side, that you address it more comprehensively.
My lord, we graciously appreciate that in that case, if that is the guidance you are giving. But in the interest of justice, probably we could make that orally here. Not only that issue, just key highlights of the petition for better appreciation of the same. Because there are issues we could not extensively explain, otherwise it would be a 100-page submission, and that wouldn't even overwhelm with the rules. Because
we have had a series of processes which have been undertaken from the hearing. We've been filing things and affidavits and subsequent written submission. Everything regarding the hearing of this matter, and we are glad that finally it has been the process has come to the conclusion, because the submissions are on record. We had to iron out a few issues of procedural nature, and what is left now is for court to deliver their judgment and the assurance that they have given us. It will be on notice, which we expect to be given expeditiously, because this is a matter which touches about the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, about the fundamental rights of all Ugandans. And we hope elaborate all of them. But the gist of it all is that Parliament did not have quorum because it is clearly stated in Rule 105, Rule 110 of the Parliamentary Rules of Procedure that for a commissioner to be impeached, there must be votes of at least a half of the members with the voting rights in the Parliament casting votes in favor of that particular motion. Let me summarize it, sum it up this way. That the vote that should remove a commissioner should be supported by at least a half of the members of Parliament with voting rights. The evidence we have adduced before court is that there are 529 members with voting rights. But those who voted in total were 161. In total, the 161. Those for and against the motion. You get it? The other thing is, the Mapenduzi petition was smuggled in during the debate. Yet the rules of procedure provide that the petition should be signed by at least a third of the members, taken to the clerk to Parliament, and before the sergeant at arms, members append their signatures, and so on and so forth, before it is tabled on the floor. But when they were debating this matter, they never considered the motion brought by Mapenduzi. It was just an amendment by Ndio Mujenyi that we include in the report of the Katuntu Committee a motion to censure the commissioner. That was illegal, obviously. And the other forgery, because we have actually brought evidence to court that Parliament committed forgery. How? The report of Parliament was signed by 11 members, contrary to the rules of procedure. Because Rule 197 provides that the report of any committee must be signed by at least a third of the members of the committee. The members of the committee were 36. A third meant 13. But those who had signed were 11. No, a third is 12. But those who had signed were 11. A third is 12. They were short by of the required numbers by one member. Now, when we filed our case, with a certified copy of the answered and the report itself Then the MP for Kore comes and appends his signature. And then they claim that he had also signed, when on the original report he had not signed. That is a clear case of forgery which were presented before court. Finally, the issue of the right to a fair hearing. The rule we have been talking about, 111, sub-rule 5, provides that the Honorable Zaake ought to have been given a right to be heard after all the debate. But this matter was not even cause list. It was not on the order paper. The matter of the removal of the commissioner was not on the order paper. On the order paper, they had the Katuntu report. And the Katuntu report was not about censure, because the Katuntu report was about an apology. So after bringing in the issue of the report of the Katuntu, saying that there should be an apology, Ndio Mujenyi brings in an amendment, and then Mapinduzi also moves a motion, and then they unleashed mob justice on him. All that evidence has been adduced before court. And there's not been any controversy, countering of the same by strong defense from the other side. So basically, those are some of the issues, and of course, the other issue that one cannot be a judge in their own cause. When you look at the record and they answered, the speaker is on record saying this is a personal matter, and she was personally interested in it. And she even indicated and said, we want this matter, we must take action. She said, I'm also a human being. Then she made even a question which I feel like I shouldn't even mention here. So, those are things she poured out her emotions and said, members, we need to act. And then she said the whip should whip all of us so that we take action against the Honorable Zaake. Where is now the element of impartiality? Fairness.
What is the gist of the Attorney General's answer?
Well, substantially, the Attorney General says they suspended some of the rules we are talking about. That's what they are saying. But they forgot that by suspending those rules, they deprived themselves of the authority and powers to proceed with the debate and taking a decision. So essentially, they have no rules under which they took the decisions if they insist that they suspended the rules. And secondly, the rule on quorum, how do you suspend it when the provision is very clear that at least half of the members with voting rights should support the motion? Then how do you suspend it? It's couched in mandatory terms that at least half of the members must support the motion. Then how do you suspend it? Actually, even if you are to suspend it, you needed to have a quorum to take a valid decision to suspend. So you can see the whole proceedings were tainted by glaring irregularities and illegalities. The proceedings were tainted by glaring irregularities and illegalities. In illegalities, which we have highlighted in our submissions, and we have invited the court to put the same into consideration, deliver a judgment in our favor, and then we have justice done. That is our prayer. Jamu obwesige commissioner inakufaananako nga motion ejjako obuyijjamu obuyinza president erina okubeera nga ewagiddwa bamemba abataka wansi wa half oba kitundu kyabo abalina right okulonda mu parliament. Bamemba abalina rights okulonda bali 529. Hafu yabo ebiri mu 260 n'omusobyo. Kakati naye abaakuba akalulu bonna ngo bagasse wamu, abagamba nti Honorable Zaake aveeyo, abaga nti asigaleyo, n'abo ababstaininga bonna toto baali 161. Kakati ekyo kikulaga tebalina ate tekiri ni dispute, nabo bakikkiriza, naye ne bagenda maaso ne bwe bakola. Ekyokubiri kyekyokuba bafuujinze ne ripooti ya Parliament. Rules za Parliament era zigamba nti ripooti eya Honorable Katuntu gye yaleeta yalina okubanga eriko emikono gy'abamemba kimu kyakusatu ab'akakiiko ng'ekimu bamemba abalituula akakiiko ako bali 36 naye abaali basayininze baali 11 nga ne chairman kw'omutadde, meaning nti mu kifo ky'abamemba 12 abessalira abali minimum baali tebaweze. Kati Parliament kye yakola ekitujje n'enviiri ku mutwe nga bamaze notuwa certified copy kiraka certified nti yeno copy ya report ne tugireeta mu kooti wamala ogiraba ne baddayo ne bateekako member wa Kole County North n'asayininga ne baleeta nti kati bali 13 abasayininga nga olaba nti yefojjale yennyini. In fact era tusabye kooti nti oyo member wa Parliament akangavulwe kubanga highest level of integrity ogisubira mu Parliament. So member wa Parliament ayinza kukola kintu kifaanana bwe kityo. Ekyokusatu kwe kubanga baleeta motion y'amapenduzi nga bagismagolinze busimagolinze. Rules ziraga nti bw'onooba onojjamu commission obwesige oleeta motion n'ofuna bammemba kimu kyakusatu ne bagisayininga ne bagitimba ne ku notice board ne bagitwala ne wakiraka tu Parliament sergeant at arm n'abeerawo ng'alaba wali nti basayininga oluvannyuma ne bagiteeka ku order paper ne bagidiscussinga. Naye olunaku olwo lwe baateesa ku order paper tekwaliko kintu kya censor. Honorable Mapenduzi yali atandise okukola ku motion eyo naye ne batagitwala ku order paper. Kati we bagenda ku order paper kwaliko report ya Honorable Katuntu, kati awo ndio omujenyi waleetera amendment tubaleetemu n'ensonga endala, then tebakomye ku ekyo ne baleeta ne motion y'amapenduzi ne bagiyingirizaamu awo. Tulina decision za kooti nyingi nnyo ne gye tutavaamu eyatogikwatako bwe baali baleeseeyo eky'emyaka 7. Toyinza kuleeta mu kintu n'okikukusa n'okiyingizaamu nga tekibadde mu biri ebyasoose. Kaakati bano kye baakola ne bakukusa mu lipooti ya Katuntu ne kuyingizaamu motion y'amapenduzi bwe pa ne bagiwagikamu wali. Ate commissioner ayina okugenda mu kakiiko ka Katuntu yeewozeeko, kati tewali nawe yeewolezaako. Ate bagamba naye Parliament nga tena debatinga bamuwa notice ya nnaku 5 nti Parliament ejja kutuula katugeze olwaleero lwakuna ne bagamba mu nnaku 5 okuva kati Parliament egenda kutuula era bagenda kuteesa kukugoba ku bwa commissioner. Naye order paper tekyaliko ne batuuka wali bakiyingizaawo buyingiza so tebamuwa right kwewozaako. Kati bo babadde bagamba rule eyo egamba nti speaker ajja muyita yeewozeeko mbu bagisuspendinga. Adolf Mwesigye wadde agamba mu affidavit ye naye oluvannyuma ate bakimenyeewo ne bagamba tebagisuspendinga n'ate era nga tebamuyita kwewozaako. Ssemateeka waffe mu article ya 4 agamba right to a fair hearing, omuntu ekwewozaako kiri absolute, tekikyusibwako, eddembe terikwatibwako. Tojja condemninga omuntu yenna, thou shall not be condemned unheard. Ekyo twali kisubidde nti mu Parliament mu article 79 eri charged with the duty of protecting and guarding the sanctity of the Constitution should have been the vanguard in protecting that right. Unfortunately, they flagrantly violated it. Kati zeze ensonga zetutaddeyo nga tugamba nti kooti esaze mu Parliament bye yakola era si kulwa Zaake yokka nti kudda ku bwa commissioner naye ku lw'obulungi bw'eggwanga okuba nti etambulira ku rule of law, ku lw'obulungi bw'eggwanga okuba nti eweekitiibwa Ssemateeka, ku lw'obulungi bw'eggwanga okuba nti Parliament naye eddamu ensa nga tekola mob justice.
The lawyers for this thorough work they have done in terms of protecting our constitution, ensuring the rule of law in this country. And in that regard, specifically, I need to thank the rule of law general, our Lord Mayor, and the lead lawyer in this case for the work really well done. And if at all we were given an opportunity for oral submissions, you'd have seen who the rule of the lawyer in Council Elias Lukwago, who he is. So he has done it so well, including Council Aaron Chiza, my colleague here, Ivan Bowe is a fellow youth, and also Council Katana, my brother and comrade Marvin, and many others for this work that they have done, because our principles as the people are supposed to happen. It's the reason atera ekanso kira kulaba nti naye avudde the fund atera nga kiri mu bantu era bamanyi kyekyokukola tubeesiga tumanyi nti basobola okukikola naye nga bwe tumanyi nti no munnange ebintu mu Uganda n'ebitasoboka bibeerabo genda maaso ne Parliament emanyi bye yakola byennyini nnyini era mubira bulijjo